The views and opinions expressed by the show hosts are their own and do not reflect those of WSTU Radio or the Little Dog Media Group. Any reproduction, rebroadcast, or reuse of this program without the written permission of WSTU is strictly prohibited. Welcome to Crown Car Care, serving Martin County since 2006 with trusted, high-quality repairs you can count on. And now, your host, Todd Harris.
Good afternoon, everybody. Last Wednesday of February 2026.
Already? Wednesday?
Already.
Month is gone? 2 months?
We're going to be in the first quarter is going to be up.
Yeah, pretty quick, huh?
Just had a State of the Union address, two nights ago?
Yeah, yesterday.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
Long one. I think the longest one that's
2
ever.
hours.
2 hours, yeah.
Yeah.
They say it was one of the greatest.
Right. According to our morning show on WPSL, WSTU, Brian Craig, the Steve Kane show. Yeah, he said it's the most exciting one that was ever done.
The other thing that was interesting was the first time in 250 years they brought out the gavel of George Washington. Johnson did.
There you go.
Yeah, pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
I saw it wasn't like a clear thing. It was, I wasn't there. I just saw it on TV or a picture.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of interesting.
Yeah.
But like they've been there.
Yeah.
I'd have been standing up a lot.
Yep. A lot of people were standing up.
Yeah.
For 2 hours.
Well, we have a good show today.
Yeah.
We're going to do a couple car sounds in the beginning, and the topic for today will be it's never too late to start taking care of your car. And we'll talk about that. It's never too late.
Never too late.
It's never too late. Let's
Okay.
play one of these car sounds, and we'll see if we can figure out what it is.
Okay. All right. I don't know if it's a Yugo or not.
It's that sport edition.
Yeah.
Sounds like a flat plane crank. Sounds like 1,000 horsepower, and it sounds like it's made by a domestic manufacturer.
You can tell just by that.
Did you hear the Doppler effect? At the end, you'll hear the Doppler effect.
Okay, let's play it again.
You hear that how the sound echoes and like fades? That's the Doppler effect.
Ah.
When you hear a train go by,
Mm-hmm.
the whistle, when they blow the horn when they go crossing gate, as the distance increases,
Mm-hmm.
the sound waves, the way they travel, it diminishes, but then echoes, I believe, and it causes what they call the Doppler effect. I think they use radar. Doppler radar is the same phenomenon. I believe it's a physics thing.
Nothing like a Volkswagen Beetle when you hear it go by. It goes. Zzz.
Well, you remember the Saab 2-stroke that we played a couple of weeks ago?
Yeah,
that 2-stroke. It was you were surprised by it.
I know. My goodness,
kind of a cool car. Let's do this second car. See if we can figure that out.
Okay.
This is anyone know what this is?
What is it?
It's a ZR1 Chevy, the first one. Okay, now what's this one? This goes back a long way. Flat plane crank too. Here it goes. Here it goes. Some people have called it the most demonic sounding engine ever made. And that is not my quote. It's, that's generally labeled as a demonic sound.
Really?
It terrified fellow racers when that Porsche truck arrived.
I'm sure.
Because, Porsche arrived with a special truck that was painted all Porsche and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And when it's a 917, came off. And it's the famous, if you've seen the Gulf racing car of the 70s, it was like a turquoise and orange.
Yeah.
It's a 917.
I had a track car, like a big
slot car type?
Slot car?
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah. Similar.
It's a flat 12.
Well,
flat 12. So that means the cylinders are opposite each other. So, like a pancake.
Mm-hmm.
Air-cooled.
Air-cooled.
Air-cooled Porsche. The fan was on the top. Driven on the top. And blowing down or sucking the air down across or sucking it out, actually sucks it up, I believe. And quite efficient, quite a good motor. They used them in the early 70s, and when they started doing Can-Am racing, it was a race that Canada American is what it's, Can-Am is the first letters of Canada and then America. And it was those kind of wild looking ones that if you can remember, Hot Wheel cars, they had the big wing on the back, the oversized, gigantic, like 4 foot tall wings, like the Chaparrals. Those were Can-Am cars.
Crazy.
They turbocharged that 917 and raced it and beat everybody. Over 1,000 horsepower. And this is, now remember, you're in the 70s, so you don't have the design, nor do you have the modeling of efficiency on valve train and
In
variable
the 70s, and they could get this kind of sound. Well, come on now.
Isn't that crazy?
In the 70s.
Flat plane crank, just like that ZR1 is. That the flat plane crank has a unique sound because of the way the crankshaft is constructed. It's all in a single plane as opposed to a cross plane, which would be shaped like an X or a T or a cross, up and down and then horizontal. Both flat plane, and that noise is unique. Once you hear a flat plane crank engine, it's unmistakable. It's the howl and that scream of the motor as it increases in RPMs. Well, there you have it.
All right.
Lovely cars.
Well, guess what?
Yes.
I've got Palm City Charlie.
Oh, fabulous. Hey, Palm City Charlie, greetings and good afternoon, sir.
Hello, John. Hello, Ray.
How you feeling? Good?
He sounds kind of low.
Fantastic.
Yeah, he's kind of low key.
Yeah,
What's
low
up?
key. Yes, sir.
I'm trying to keep my dog calm. I'm outside of my door. So the turret, I swear, is better than when I first bought it.
No kidding. Well, thank you.
I haven't talked to you since.
No, you haven't, since
You-
we've been going through
Okay.
we had to get an
Yeah.
OEM water pump for it on the secondary
you-
pump.
Yeah, I look at it this way: you were doing surgery
Yes.
like 3 different times,
Yep.
and you finally solved the problem. You're the best, period.
Well,
Okay, and you know, I talked to our friend Ray about this. If you want it, I mean, I sing your praises on a commercial if you want. I'll pay
Wow.
for it.
Wow. I will tell you this, the secret of success, and you'll probably say, yep, Todd, you're right, is not necessarily how smart you are. You have to be smart and you have to be versed and you need to know your stuff, but you have to have grit and tenacity to be successful. And that means on the ones that
There you
everyone
go.
else would give up on, you don't give up and you're proud of it. And I can say that all the difficult cars I get in my life, I'm proud that at the end, we fixed it and we never gave up and we
Yeah.
always had enthusiasm to get to the end.
Let me tell you, you are the car surgeon,
Well, thank you.
automotive. You know, you're the guy.
I take it
So,
as
anyway.
the greatest compliment. I really do, because sometimes in my day, it's putting on your galoshes and going through a lot of stuff. And when you
Well,
hear
you
the
drive
praises,
on.
it makes you happy.
Well, in the military, we used to say, drive on, airborne. You know, over the hill, through the hill, doesn't matter. Get the job done. And you did it.
Yep.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Right. It makes me always pause for a minute when I served my customers and served my world the best I can do it, which means never giving up. And that's what we don't ever give up.
There you go.
Never give up.
Thank-
Can you imagine if the military gave up? Imagine if there's a whole platoon or a whole group of soldiers and they give up. They just say, "Oh, well, we don't think it's doable." Baloney.
Well, you see, that's a whole other thing. Somebody once said, you don't have to follow orders if you don't think it's right. You know, let's not talk politics, but you can't question authority. You know, if
Well, that's what they've done recently. I hate to say it, in the last
I
6 months,
know,
they
I know.
you can't do that. I mean, that to me is letting the air out of a bicycle racer's tire while they're
Well, we-
racing.
And we used to call it a cluster, blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
In the military.
Well, you could say it
So,
the clean
every-
way, a fuster cluck.
And there you go. See that? Ray knows all.
Yes.
Because you're not supposed to say naughty words on the radio.
Well, we didn't. So there you go.
Yes.
I know. All right, guys. Thank you again.
Thank you again,
Love
Palm City Charlie. You're the best.
You
Thanks,
take
Charlie.
care, bro.
Take care.
Bye.
All
Yeah,
right.
bye-bye.
There you go. PCC.
Wow. Let's say. So these flat plane cranks, they're not as strong, and they produce vibrations. That's why, and in some areas they're not as efficient. But when it comes to that sound and the climb rate, they climb faster. The rate of climb, the RPM goes faster, quicker with a flat plane crank because the way it's designed is you're always adding power in an even way. Each piston, it's even.
Yeah, but that's designed just for a race car, isn't it?
Not
Really?
necessarily. I mean,
Really?
Okay. Well, I
Mhm.
believe the Model T Ford originally was a flat plane crank.
well, okay.
So I mean,
Yeah. Okay.
remember, engineering. We learn things as things are engineered, and they become ideas that weren't necessarily the idea of when it was originally designed. Things occur. And we take technology or lack of technology and out of it becomes wonderful ideas that weren't created for that reason, but the consequence is magical. It would be like, oh, everyone's been eating natural butter their whole life, and they've been everyone tells you that butter is bad for you.
Right.
But you go against the grain and you eat butter because it's God's natural food, right? It is natural. There's nothing in it synthetic. And the churning of the milk and the cream turns into butter, right? The butter churn. There's no artificial anything in it. It's everything that is part of it was God's plan. And good engineering is kind of that way. Good engineering is God's plan, and it works out. That's why if you look at maybe architecture, for example, why is it that some architecture pleases the eye and others doesn't? It has to do with the golden equation, and that's that golden spiral they call it that occurs in nature. Why is that? Well, God creates beauty, and beauty that's created naturally has natural laws about it that allow things to be efficient and work. Apple phones, I can think of simplicity in design and when they originally came out.
Yeah, and it's like you just trip over the line and you win. You know.
Right. It's just amazing to me. It's sometimes when you're working on a really, really hard car and you come up with a way to test it for something, a simple test that creates, I'll give you an example before we start the main part of our show, which we'll probably end up running out of time before we start. But let's say that you have a mechanical problem with your engine. And this is something you can do at home. And you think that one of your cylinders doesn't have even compression. You have a bad piston ring, a bad valve. Listen to when you crank it over when you first start it. It will speed up when there's low compression. Okay, so I can tell you a bad engine just by listening to it. Whereas to get all the right numbers, you'd have to take all the spark plugs out and do a compression test or hook up a amp draw on the starter and do it that way. But your ears can do it much simpler and faster. I want to take a break then, I think, and we'll come back.
Yeah, let's come back to the conversation. In fact, if you want to get on the conversation, 220-9788, that's the number to get in on the line here and talk to Todd Harris from Crown Car Care. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Crown Car Care with Todd Harris. Got a question or comment? Give us a call now at 220-9788. We'll be right back.
As a family-owned business for over 15 years, Crown Car Care's top priority is to build relationships with customers while keeping their vehicles safe and dependable. Fixing your car right the first time is their passion and mission. Crown has the skilled master mechanics and business know-how that will put a smile on your face without putting a dent in your wallet. Call Crown Car Care for the finest in automotive service and repair at 772-781-8000
or stop by Crown Car Care, Martin Highway in Palm City or Cove Road in Stewart.
Building long-term relationships through expert auto care with integrity, reliability, and a true dedication to keeping drivers safe on the road. This is Crown Car Care. And here's your host, Todd Harris.
Welcome back. If you go to a local grocery store or Walgreens or CVS, I believe that when you first walk in, they usually have like a little rack of free magazines and things that people advertise in. Well, there's always a little magazine called Eye Care Martin County or Eye Care Palm City. If you go and get the Eye Care Martin County this month, but I know it's ending here soon, on the cover is yours truly with his son, and there is an excellent article in the center fold on Crown Car Care, and it's about youth in our business and the enthusiasm the young can have in our trade and field if the environment's right. The environment has to be right, though. It has to be an environment that promotes smart thinking, good thinking, that provides a culture that allows them to grow and learn, that allows them to earn way above an average income. I have young technicians that work for me that are making close to $100,000 a year. Why, though? That's a complex question. Oh, Crown just pays people well. No, there's more to it than that. There really is. Pay is always based off of performance, attitude, how much you know. Are you showing up to work on time? Are you staying a little extra when that one car has got to be done because that family needs it? Well, my company, we do. People are the most important thing. You think that equipment would be good. And let me tell you, if you ever want to see the best equipment in Martin County in a repair shop, even over dealerships, you'd come to both of my shops and I'll show you. But it's people that make the difference in providing the best service. Hands down. If you want to do the right thing, as opposed to being told to do the right thing, you win. When nobody's looking, and not everybody, I don't watch everybody work. That would be silly, wouldn't it? I don't think any one of us would like to have somebody looking over their shoulder all the time. And it's a good feeling when the people around you want to do the right thing because that's the way they're built. And when I say that's the way you're built, sometimes it's not necessarily how you were born. A small little oak tree that sprouts itself out of an acorn. When you finally see 25, 30 years later that it's a big tree, it transformed itself, didn't it? It has the same genetic build, but it's now a big, strong tree. Well, you could say, well, that's how it was built. Well, but there was more to it, isn't there? There's the nourishment, the sun, the soil, the weather. And you can say that about people, too. Remember I said at the beginning of the show, God creates everybody with beauty. And when it gets in the right environment, you know what happens? They become built the right way. Can you say that there is a build of the right way? No, not necessarily. Environments are different. Oak tree in Northern Illinois certainly would be different than a live oak down here in Florida. Both oak trees, right? But built differently, but built to last and built right so they can weather the storm as well as create acorns, right? Because isn't that the goal of the tree? Ultimately, to propagate its own species, right? Drops acorns. But in the meantime, what's it doing? It's taking, here's a question for you. Interesting question. Take the tree that is from the roots up. Where'd that stuff come from? The wood. What is it? Tell me about the wood. How did it get there? From what? Anyone know? Think it's all you've done? All it's done is gotten water. Why is it that there's wood on a tree? It's a very deep question. What's a tree made out of? Carbon, right? Carbon molecules. Where does a tree get the carbon from? Could it have something to do with photosynthesis? In photosynthesis, I believe the CO2 is what? The O2 is split into oxygen. That's why you say trees provide clean air to us. Right? Take CO2 and make oxygen. But what happens to that carbon molecule? That's the wood. It's not the water. It's not the minerals. It's not the fertilizer. It's the CO2 that makes the tree the wood, or of the plant, Tough question unless you know the answer. It took a while for me to figure it out and think about that. It's the carbon. We're all carbon based, and that's where it comes from, the CO2. That's interesting because the water is what? H2O. Do you know what happens to the O2 in the H2O? Or no, H2, the O in the H2O? Oxygen. So a tree or a plant puts out oxygen two ways, CO2 and H2O. It uses the hydrogen in the growth process. But the oxygen gets expelled out into the atmosphere. So trees have a greater purpose than just making acorns, don't they? Well, maybe people do too. Maybe people's purpose is to do good and well at what they do so they can prosper, but who else prospers? All the people around them. It's like the tree putting out the oxygen. If a person is well built, they're going to make happy customers, and take my business, they're going to make happy customers. They themselves, their family life may get better if it wasn't that great before. So there's all these unfigured on consequences of well built. And I'll tell you, the people that work for me, they're well built. That article that I urged you to read in iCare is highlighting my son. My daughter's actually in the photograph. They're both, my son's 18, my daughter's 18. They're both 18. And the other two, Billy and Roland, there's a great picture in there of them smiling, walking in stride. And there's a photograph taken at like ground level, looking at them smiling, walking. They're superstars, hands down. Does every one of them have skill sets that are a little bit different than the other person? You bet. Billy happens to be a team leader. He makes sure he's that check and balance. In my business, you have to have checks and balances. Doesn't mean you watch over everybody, but it certainly means that there's mentorship and guidance for some of the other people that are still in the process of building that full-size oak tree. Billy's 21, young boy, but what a great leader and what a smart man. I was blessed by God to find him. Okay, let's get into, it's never too late to start taking care of your car. Most people think, I missed the maintenance, so what's the point now? But here's the truth. It's never too late to start maintaining your vehicle. Your car doesn't hold grudges. It responds to care. Even if that care starts at 80,000 miles. It's like you, just say a person wants to compete in a marathon or a triathlon, and they're 50 years old. Don't tell me it's too late to start training, because it's not. It's never too late with a vehicle to start taking better care of it. And you know where to go. What I'm talking about here, Crown Car Care. In fact, this show, I'm urging everyone to go see Kelly and Cody and Billy and Roland and Chris over at my Cove Road store. Their phone number is 772-283-4707. I have a big, not big, well, to me it's big, but it's probably not as big as some of these big wealthy people that have these 1,000-gallon fish tanks, but I have a nice fish tank in there with angelfish. It's very beautiful. And if you like fish, go see it. You don't see too many fish tanks anymore, do you?
No.
My hobby was, when I was a young boy, I used to have lots of fish tanks. I used to go to I can't even think of it, Petland or something like that. It was in the mall, one of those mall stores. And I used to get little neon tetras and cichlids and gouramis. And they still enjoy fish. The start now mindset. We see every day at Crown Car Care in Palm City store, someone comes in and says, I really haven't done anything besides oil changes. And I almost feel ashamed. I feel like the car is already doomed. Not true. Not true at all. Starting now, you can extend the life of your vehicle. You can improve reliability. You can prevent major breakdowns. And you can save thousands in future large repairs. Maintenance isn't about perfection. It's about momentum. Now think about that. It's about momentum. It's about the consistency of doing maintenance over the course of time that creates the value effect of why you're doing it. Cars are trucks. Boy, they're a big investment today, aren't they? I can remember when $250 was a big car payment. Now people are paying $1,200 a month. I don't know how they do it.
Yeah, they're saying the average car payment is now $750 a month.
And I
Can you
think
believe that?
this topic in this show should hit home here with everybody. Let's say you're buying a used car. This is one of the best things you can do. Why? Who takes the depreciation? The first guy, right? And sometimes having some of that slightly older technology is more reliable. What's the first thing you do when you get a used car, though? What should you do?
Everything.
Change every fluid in that car,
Yeah.
every liquid, from engine oil to transmission to brakes to power steering to differential to transfer case. Change every fluid at one time or two. I mean, depends on budgetary constraints. You could do it over the course of several months, but get it all changed. So now you have a starting point. You know where you're at. And plus, when it's being done, you're getting a good inspection, too, of everything else around it. People are looking closer, aren't they? Right? The closer you look at something, the more details you pick up. Because you don't know the dealer you buy it from. They say, oh, I've changed all the fluids. And how do you know? And how do you know they use the right fluid? Some European cars, if you don't use the right oil, it wipes out the camshafts. On the GDI cars, the gasoline direct injection. Wrong oil, wrong rating, wipes out the cam. That simple. When was it done? What quality of the oil, which I just talked about, and was it actually done? We recommend resetting the clock with a used car. That's changing the engine oil, transmission fluid, coolant. I didn't mention coolant, brake fluid, differential, transfer case, if you quit. I don't know, it's 5 or 6, 7 fluids. Do it. Best thing you can do. Peace of mind, you know you've done them all. Does it mean your car's not going to break next week? No, of course not. But you're certainly getting off on the right path of what we just talked about was not perfection, but momentum. Momentum is what carries something, isn't it? I can remember when you were as a kid, I had rubber band and we'd make these things, these like football things to fly through the air. Whoever had the bigger rubber band had more momentum, or the lighter, more aerodynamic or stable object you were using to fly through the air. Momentum is important. Momentum comes into play with enthusiasm to how you're built. Palm City Charlie just called us on the phone, and what got us through that to others would be an utmost dire situation from a business standpoint that they couldn't tolerate it. Whereas if you embrace momentum, embrace grit, it's not so bad. Get through it. That's what we do. I can tell you, I'm working on a car right now, that's Nissan Pathfinder. It's eating my lunch. I've soldered new chips on the board. I've done a lot of things to it. And we're just about there. In fact, I took my son, Max, who is 18, working in our business now. I took him today for the first time to a junkyard. First time he's ever been to a junkyard.
Really, they're fun.
Yeah. Of course, I know everybody at the local one here, Snake Road. And we walked in, and he's just, eyes are wide open. And what does that tell you? Enthusiasm, right? Interest, curiosity. Oh, Dad, look at this. 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 It was, to the right person, better than going to a shopping mall with a gift card to Macy's. Really.
And I get that because I was at a junkyard just last week because I got parts from my car. Okay.
Yes.
And I look at how many cars because I see what it can be, and you see how many. It's like, what is that car doing in here?
I'll tell you what I never
You know?
see there is Yugos. They must be good.
No, or they're flattened by now.
I don't think about it. I don't think about that. I like the first statement. They must be good. They're not in the junkyards.
Flattened.
Or not many made.
They're
Could
flat.
be the case. This whole topic of maintenance, it couldn't be more important today than ever. Cars are expensive. What else is expensive?
Oh,
Labor.
yeah.
In this world that we live in today, parts are cheap, labor is expensive. Except when you get into motors that have labor in them. But I'm talking about just basic parts are cheap in relative terms compared to what they were as a percent, just inflation adjusted and put back to the right era. Labor has gotten out of control. Right? When I first opened my shop, labor was $55 an hour. 55. When I first started working in this business, labor was $40 an hour. It's now over 170. Trying to have a medium duty truck, a diesel, etc., but well over 170. Big change. Labor's become the big number in my business. So this whole thing I'm talking about here is relevant. The labor to do the maintenance, it's real, but it's certainly not the labor to do a timing chain. How do you prevent timing chains from going on like an EcoBoost, General Motors? You better change the oil regularly with momentum. I like that word, momentum. So what do you do if you have a new car? Okay, so we talked about used cars. What about new cars? Track your maintenance and don't rely on memory. My father, we had many cars, but Ford Maverick, red Ford Pinto station wagon, a Country Squire LTD, a maroon station wagon Falcon, a Chrysler LeBaron, two of them. Do you know what was in every one of those glove boxes? Every one of those glove boxes had something more than the registration, tag, and insurance. There was something else that was in there.
Was it start with an M?
It was a maintenance book.
Yeah.
My dad kept records on everything. Everything. And, okay, well, did we have any major? Well, we had a few. I believe you're always going to have a few repairs. It's the minimization of it. It sure beats the guy that or gal or family that doesn't do any maintenance and all they are is hammered with repairs. And I have those kind of customers. I try to talk to them. But I'm not pushy. I'll give my opinions. I give my advice. And then just like an acorn seed, it's up to itself to germinate. I don't germinate the seeds. I'll throw water on it. I'll throw some fertilizer on it. It's your job to germinate. I don't want to go there. So do this maintenance thing. It's call us up 772-283-4707. And if you want to find a little bit more about us, go to that, what I just talked about. I Care Martin County. It's still there. It's purple. My son has two cars, and they're right on the cover. Boise proud of him. He has a C6 Corvette and a purple, of course, a purple Dodge Charger, and they're both on the cover. But that would be expected, right? He's in the business. And it's just kind of We're car people. Says a lot, doesn't it? How many vehicles do I own? I don't know, 7, 8, 9, 10. Who knows? Lost count.
You don't
But-
have a Yugo.
Don't have a Yugo. But that's what I'm into. If you're into something, is it your performance better? Yeah. Of course it is. It will be completely different than someone that's driven a business off of the bottom line. But you know what's funny? I've noticed with my friends that own businesses, if you run your business because you want to provide the best service, and there's money, let's just use a metaphor here. You can push a wheelbarrow or you can pull a wagon, right? If you push a wheelbarrow and you make $1, you throw that dollar in front of you, don't you? You're always looking at that dollar, aren't you? In the wheelbarrow. But if you're pulling a wagon, your eyes are on the road ahead, aren't they? Because you've got nothing obstructing it. Your hand that's holding the handle is behind you. And the wagon is big enough behind you that when you throw it over your shoulders, that dollar, it lands right into the wagon. I run my world that way. If you live in a world of abundance and you live in a world of enthusiasm, momentum, grit, you know where you'll get? You'll get right to that place that someone says, my gosh, you're well built. Look at that oak tree over there. It's just a thing of beauty. Look at that banyan tree going right past the Martin County Courthouse. It's a thing of beauty. When things grow the right way, God's way, they're a thing of beauty. And people are the same way. Businesses are the same way. Well-built businesses that do the right thing always end up more successful, always end up with people that work at the business to be happier. And ultimately, the service that you provide to the consumer, to the world, is better. Whereas if you read, take housing rentals. Recently, I think the administration currently in the executive branch of the federal government is banning BlackRock and these big companies from buying up huge swaths of residential homes and apartments and then jacking up the rent. It's not natural. But are they pushing the wheelbarrow or pulling the wagon? BlackRock. They drive the service industries into the ground. They've been buying up air conditioning and pest control companies. And you look at your pest control. When you call your pest control company because you see a bug or an ant, is it going to a national call center, then being distributed back to the local? That means they were bought out by the biggies, which means it's all downhill from here because all they're chasing is money. All these super wealthy hedge funds have in these investment groups, all they want is return on investment. Damn the torpedoes full steam ahead. That's all they want. All they want is return. I will argue, though, that well-built gives greater returns, greater happiness, and greater value and service to the customer. And that's what we do at Crown Car Care. 283-4707 is my phone number. And every one of you, if you're not doing regular maintenance on your car, call that number.
That's the Cove Road Center,
Yeah,
right?
Kelly or Cody are going to answer the phone.
What's the address over there in the Cove Center?
4455 Southeast Cove Road. It's east of US 1, sandwiched right in between US 1 and the Manatee Pocket, I guess it would be called.
It's
right
pretty-
before the railroad tracks. It's
Yeah.
you can't miss it. I have a great big sign out front that's illuminated at night at Christmas time. We have decorations out. It's a super clean facility. You'll love it. Got a bunch of lifts. We sell tires. Yeah, we sell tires. Oh, Crown Car Care sells tires. You bet we do. And you know how we sell them? We get the right tire for you. Many times, if you go to buy tires, they're going to sell you what they have in stock, aren't they? Not me. We're going to look at your application, the car, and what you're looking for, and we're going to get you the right tire. It takes a day. I mean, but it's getting the right tire. It matters. Just had a customer come in with a Tesla Model 3, and he wanted to get all these tires from Costco or something. No, man. Look at the Evo tire. I think it's from Hankook. What a great tire. wear like iron, have great traction, and they have a foam insert inside to quiet the road noise. Because remember, a quiet car gives more road noise. So electric cars appear to be louder because the car is quieter. You don't have the engine. So, except what the Ford Mach-E has a fake engine sound.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah, they do that. It's the Mustang.
Yeah,
Mustang
The
E.
Mach-E is a 4-door, I believe.
Yeah, it is. They have it's pretty cool looking too for a crossover SUV. Dodge tried to bring the Charger out as an EV, and it didn't work out that well for them. So they brought out the 6-pack, the 6-cylinder that
The Hurricane.
it is something else with a lot of horsepower.
Yeah.
And now they're coming out again
Oh, yeah.
with the Hemi.
Let's take a break and we'll come back and finish that.
You going to
sentence.
come back?
Yeah.
All right. Let's take a break.
Yeah.
But if you want to give us a call and get in on the show, you can do that. That's 220-9788. 772-220-9788. Give us a call now.
You're listening to Crown Car Care with Todd Harris. Got a question or comment? Give us a call now at 220-9788. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Crown Car Care, providing trusted high-quality auto repair services since 2006. Here again is your host and owner, Todd Harris.
Welcome back. I'm going to roll through the rest of this. I wanted to hit all the points. Here's something that may surprise people. At Crown Car Care, every technician, including myself, Todd, changed their personal vehicles at 4,000 miles, not 7,500, not 10,000. This whole thing about, we've done shows on it. It's a hoax. There's no special oil. There's no special engine that goes 8, 9, 10,000 miles. It's a scam. Your car is going to break. It's sludge. It's just not reality. Okay? So take it for what it is. Do your own research. My research, my real world research, as well as my own research shows that what I just said, in my opinion, is the way it is. Even though they say modern cars can go longer, why? Why do they go longer? Well, they're supposedly better engineered. I'd argue that you have to take care of them to go longer distance, although some of the manufacturers have fallen by the wayside. Some of the newer Toyotas have lacked the durability that they originally were built with, that Kazan mentality that started after World War II by Edward Demings. Edward Demings from who? General Motors. Oil is cheap, engines are not. If the people who fix engines for a living are doing it at 4,000 miles, what does that tell you? What does it tell you?
Pretty good idea.
Yeah. The big takeaway. You don't need a perfect past, just like the guy getting ready to train for the marathon. You don't need you need a smart future, and momentum is what I was trying to say. And here's some interesting one-liners. Maintenance is like brushing your teeth. Skip it long enough and eventually it gets real expensive. You can either pay for maintenance or you can finance repairs. That's a good one. The oil you don't change becomes the engine you do. Ooh. I've never seen an engine fail because someone changed the oil too often. If you love your car, change its fluids. If you don't, I will see you later. In real terms, I'll see you because it'll be broken. The cheapest car you'll ever own is the one you already have if you take care of it. Maintenance isn't about today. It's about whether your car is still there for you 5 years from now. The condition of your vehicle tomorrow is decided by the maintenance you do today. That's the momentum. Neglect compounds like interest is a good one, but in the wrong direction. It does. Maintenance so matters. I hope you're getting the message. And I want to help you. 772-283-4707 Crown Car Care. We're at 4455 Southeast Cove Road. We want to help you with a smile, and we'll give you good, honest, reliable, truthful answers and solutions. The goal isn't to just keep your car running. It's to keep it dependable. You don't control when parts wear out, but you can control how prepared you are when they do. How big a repair something is. A well-maintained vehicle rarely surprises you. And isn't that the truth? Everything breaks. Air conditioning systems are going to break. It's just not a forever thing. The way air conditionings work, it just is. But if you take care of it, like cleaning and doing deodorizing on your evaporators, which gets rid of the debris in the bottom of the case, which is a good part of why they're made out of aluminum, why they leak. And if you have to pull the evaporator out of a car to fix it, it's going to be $3,000-$4,000. That's not a good number. An AC clean on the evaporator and deodorizer is about $120, $130, I think. What a difference. What a difference. And it kills bacteria, too. Changing the differential fluid or the transfer case fluid, I don't know, $180, $50, depends on the fluid type. Boy, that sure beats $2,500 to $4,000, doesn't it? It does. And this is not just me being Barnum and Bailey selling you the circus. It's not. It's not a freak show either. It's reality. We change our oil at $4,000. Think about it. This is what we do for a living. If it wasn't reality, would I do it? No. It is reality. This whole thing about extended oil changes, I don't know where it started or how it got into this mindset, but it doesn't work. Especially with cooling systems, too. You can go 100,000 miles without changing that coolant. Yeah, but give me a break. Come on. Where do you buy the coolant at? Because I don't know. There's only certain types of coolant that they sell. They're based off of ratings. I don't know where you buy the 100,000-mile coolant. We buy from parts stores, we buy from vendors and wholesalers. I just don't know where that special coolant comes from because I've never seen it. Never have I seen it. Same with brake fluid. I haven't seen that special brake fluid. That's the extended life, never change it brake fluid. Where do you get it from? I want to know. Because I'll start selling it and doing it. But it doesn't exist, people. It is one big, fat fabrication. And it is a fabrication. It's just, okay, here's the argument. I got so much going on in my life. Yeah, but imagine if you have to finance or you have to beg, borrow, blank, blank, blank to get your car fixed because you never changed your oil and it ran out of oil. I've had customers, I can tell you the truth, they have never, when I worked at Bill Red at Ford, I had a customer that never changed their oil ever. And it was like, I don't know, 15,000 miles and the engine was locked up out of warranty because they're not going to pay for it. It's because they never changed the oil. Oil gets advances with additives and using synthetics, which is just more perfect size molecules. It's not really a synthetic oil. It can be, but for the most part, it's not. Can be. We've done shows on it. It isn't so good that one manufacturer says you can go 8,000, 9,000 miles, and the other manufacturer gives you a reality check and says you need to do it every 4 and 5. It's the same oil, same rating. Well, where's the secret elixir? Where's the magic pixie dust that makes you go this long? It doesn't exist. Okay. You don't have to wash your jeans because you don't have to clean them. They're going to get dirty, but you don't have to clean them. They're fine. Never have to change your underwear, never change your socks. Just keep wearing them. It's the same thing. Can you do it? Well, you can do anything you want. Right? Can't you? You can wear the same pair of socks for a year if you want. Do you want to? No. Do you want your engine that you just bought a car for $48,000? Do you really want that? Same oil for that many miles? You got to be kidding me. It's absolute ridiculousness. It is ridiculous. Just look at politics and look at any field in our society and study. There is always these fringe ridiculousness, right? It's ridiculous. I don't know. You buy a 6-pack of beer, you got to have an ID. If you want to buy a gun, you got to have an ID. What else? If you want to go to the hospital, you got to give your ID to get in, don't you? Huh? Yeah. If you want to go to a concert, you got to give an ID to get in, you better. To vote's a privilege. It's a privilege. It's not a right. It's a privilege. To vote, you got to have an ID. Well, common sense would tell you so, right? This is the same type of argument I'm talking about with this oil change situation or maintenance situation. Same kind of stupidity. It's just stupid. It's not reality. So I'll leave this. Get the momentum going. It's never too late to start. And the best place to start is somebody who knows this stuff and cares. And that's Crown Car Care in Martin County. We have 2 locations, one in Palm City, one in Cove Road. I'm highlighting Cove Road today, and that's 772-283-4707. And I time it right? Are we just about out of time?
Oh, we've got time.
Oh, we do?
Oh,
You
yeah.
got anything to add to this?
Well, there's something that you mentioned that you carry tires, and that's nice because, that makes it very convenient, especially working on the car, but also not walking through Crown Car Care, both locations. I noticed you carry interstate batteries,
Yeah, we do.
and those are the
best.
good ones. I
Mhm.
mean, they make the diehards.
Yeah.
A lot of people
They're the
don't
best
know
batteries.
that.
They're the best batteries.
Remember,
Better or best, the marginal increase in cost isn't much. It's not. The cheaper stuff you buy, they're making greater margin than the more expensive stuff you buy. The profit, the business side of the world, right? Honestly, your little bit of increase in price for like a good battery, it goes a longer way than the base price you pay for a cheapo battery. They're just good batteries.
and you're making a lot of sense too. It's like it's going to cost you a lot less to maintain your vehicle than it is to not maintain it and have it break down, where you're going to pay an awful lot more. And what's nice is that you guys are absolutely honest and tell you what you need to have repaired now and what you can really put off a little bit, to give them a realistic point of view of exactly how to maintain their car.
Isn't it nicer to live in a clean and maintained house on the inside than one that isn't?
Absolutely.
You clean your bedroom and you make your bed first thing in the morning. It's most important. Just like your car. Your car's the same thing. You almost live in it. Maintain the thing. It gives you a better sense of pride and feeling, I'll be honest with you. It really does. And let me tell you, if you ever get ready to sell your car and not keep it forever, it will sell hands down first thing. A well-maintained car. It will.
Absolutely.
Everyone have a great night, and we'll see you next week. March.
You've been hearing Crown Car Care with Todd Harris. We're more than mechanics. We're family. Serving Martin County since 2006 with trusted high-quality repairs you can count on. We'll talk again next Wednesday.
You've been listening to the Crown Car Care Show, heard every Wednesday on 1450 WSTU. WSTU Stewart, Fox News, coming up.